Really, really tough. I do hope they give us an exciting series. We are just about ready to go on the main stage. I cannot wait. We're going to find out the answer to this big question mark on both of these teams. It's on over to our casters right now. We got Gaskin and Scherzi on the mics. Fellas, are you ready for this incredible winner semifinals?
I can't bloody wait to sink our teeth into this one, Dan. I'm telling you something, and we have a rematch of Kansas City's winners finals. I can't wait.
Honestly, these two teams, they've been squaring up for so long. They didn't get the chance to face off against each other in Orlando, and I think that Sentinels believe they match up really well against Optic Gaming, but Cloud9, they shut all that down at Orlando. Well, now you got the chance to prove yourselves. Do it here at the World Championships, shut down the best team, the favorite team at the tournament, and then suddenly Sentinels take that right back off them.
Now, talked to Snakebite after Orlando. He said sometimes they played against Cloud9, the series layout didn't favor them. Spoke to him earlier today, and he said he likes these game types against Optic Gaming, and they match up so well together.
And I absolutely agree with Snakebite looking at the data, and I'll go more into it as we get into specifics going into each map. But let's start with Livefire. It has been the home of Optic Gaming all season long. Granted, they didn't look great in some online competition, but at LAN environment, they've only ever lost one Livefire map, and it wasn't Livefire King of the Hill, let me tell you that. So this is very firmly starting off favorable for Optic Gaming, the perfect way to begin and get some momentum behind them here.
There was a story at the start of the game how Livefire was the home turf of Optic Gaming, and that took a little hit after a while, but all of a sudden they're starting to pick up the pieces once more. This team hasn't lost a game all tournament long.
Yeah, it's wild that Livefire just went from like being the very best game type it could possibly be to taking an online hit. And I want to emphasize, online, they were struggling, but at LAN events, it really has been incredible for them. If Sentinels were to topple them here on Livefire, where they have been so unmatched all season long, then it completely flips that script. And suddenly Sentinels become the firm favorites in this series.
Formal on your screens, how he would love to get a world championship under his belt. He's already done it in Call of Duty. And to do it over here in his first year back, what a season he's already had. And what a difference he has made to that Optic Gaming team, along with Lucid, who's already been voted the MVP by his peers.
And I do wonder what is going through the brain of Formal right now. You got to remember that it was that series against Sentinels when he got hit with that shock rifle, when Royal 2 checked him out, in his own words. He didn't have to worry about Sentinels again in Orlando. There was never that kind of situation where he had to have that in his brain once more, but now, is that going to be a consideration for him? Is he going to be thinking, what happens if I get absolutely deleted off the map once more? It seems like Optic Gaming have grown up a lot since then, though. That Orlando performance, it was so incredible from them, and it really has turned them into championship contenders here at Halo Worlds.
We have the Orlando champions facing off on the other side of that stage, the Kansas City champions. What are we to get at the end of this series? Can Optic Gaming get the better of their old foe? Or will the snake bite them on the heels? King of the Hill is up first on Livefire. Who's gonna set the pace? Will it be the green wall? Will it be the red and white? We're underway here. Shields up, weapons hot. Let's get into it.
Don't allow that sniper rifle to fall in the wrong hands already. We see a battle happening in the middle of the map. APG tries to stay alive, will duck down to bottom middle. Frosty contests it, but it's Royal 2. He manages to sneak away with the sniper, and we know what he can do with it as well. Also finds the kill onto APG and has the heat wave.
Heat wave in hand. Overshield about to pop up. Lucid steps out, gets his shield completely wiped off him. Tries to get away, but Royal 2 is not having any of that. He will fall too. It's an all-out brawl for the overshield. Trippy's got the sniper rifle, fires one into the back. Snakebite forces him back for a moment, and he's done enough to stay alive. And Frosty has the overshield. He's got his eyes set on Lucid, but it's almost being completely evaporated here.
Only Formal to get a kill on the side of Optic at the moment. As I say, that Lucid will stick one on the tally, but everything has gone in favor of Sentinels in the opening stages. But still Optic are scoring. APG is able to sneak his way into the hill, but Lethal doing what he's done all season long. It's always getting those kills on the ball carrier, or on the guy that's in the hill, or on the person that's in the stronghold. Lethal is always there, in the right place, at the right time.
Right now, that place, that time, is the winners semi-finals. It's in Garage. He's got the wig wobbler. 2 bullets fired, 3 bullets fired. None of them connecting. Need better output from him there. 2 dead. Sentinels. Lethal and Snakebite. And Optic Gaming. They find a way to get into green. Frosty backs away. Re-challenges with the heat wave. Connects with 2. Turns and burns. Now Royal 2 opting to slow things down now. Over shield in 8 seconds. APG's out there and Frosty has gotten out there, but the problem for him was he was exposed, isolated, and all alone. Over shield up now. Double kill for Royal 2. Lethal on scoreboard. Trying to clean up Lucy. He's making this a very difficult kill. Will eventually get there. And now Trippy, who got his first taste of championship gold in Orlando. And is he about to make this one a 2-peat this weekend?
Trippy, Trippy, Trippy. He's been drippy this weekend, honestly. Incredible plays we've seen. He's been the main slayer on this squad, and he's showing right here. Snakebite tries to give him the wiggles. He's unable to do so. Trippy holds strong and does not allow the BR to get into a windmill mode.
Let's go, Optic chance starting early. Can Sentinels silence the crowd? They've done it before. Both these teams have made serious progress on this hill. Lethal gets 1. Potentially about to get 2, and does. Takes control of green. Repulsors the grenade to ensure it does not do optimal damage. 2 members of Optic over towards Garage. They're spawning pretty far away. Will the call come to let this one go? Formal doesn't think so, but he stepped out a little bit too far. Royal 2 with a shot to the toe. And a battle rifle shot to the head. Lucid down to no shields, top tower. He's handled as well. That body shot will not connect. Trippy, no shields, no teammates for the moment. He's all alone. Bottom middle. And like that, Snakebite falls from the clouds. The easiest kill he's likely to have all tournament.
A nice little gift. The sniper rifle arrives. Probably hand off one of these if you are Trippy, but at the moment, no weapon to pick up. Unfortunately, just falls. It's one of those situations where you're desperate to try and do something with those weapons, but you put yourself in a position where it goes down. It's Formal. With some help from Lucid, gets 2.
Opportunity then. It's smiling on Optic right now. Trade. Royal 2 and APG. Both smack each other in the jaw, and we'll see each other again in a moment. Lucid! Stop that! You filthy animal! Takes control of C. Right front tower now opting to prioritize the overshield. Royal 2 chasing shadows. Has help from teammates though. Plasma grenade will get the job done. APG steps out from the dummy. Trades left, right, center. Snakebite has the repulsor again.
Those are the kind of plays, right? Those kind of snipes from Lucid. You really need those to propel your team into a little bit of a difference maker, where unfortunately you have lost the first point, but it's so easy to get back into a game when players are hitting shots like that. Now Optic, they've got a decent amount of control. They are able to keep Sentinels back. But if Sentinels get one break, we know how good they are when they do set up.
2 dead for Sentinels though. Trippy utilizing this overshield and the heat wave combination expertly here. And Optic Gaming look to tie up this game after a slow start. Frosty 1v1 with Trippy. Sticky grenade will get 2, but at the cost of his own life. But has he done enough here to tie up the game?
Surely, right, Lethal Royal 2 will not try and push this one. They'll be clever about it. They'll wait over towards Garage instead. Frosty's already in the hill. Lethal patrolling bottom middle, hoping that someone will push him because he's got that heat wave and he puts it to use. But unfortunately, too many members of Optic Gaming were there waiting for him, and now Sentinels find themselves in a 1 versus 3. But it is Royal 2 is sometimes more than just one man. It all calms down ever so slightly as Lucid, the last remaining player, will continue to score.
This overshield is going to be so important. The communication even more so. Let's have an Astro listen in with Optic Gaming.
Don't play too deep right now. Don't play too deep. Stay fine as well. Time for something as well.
Might play for heat wave too.
Yeah, he's got size. He's got size with OS. Gonna go top center. We're here. They drop key door. They drop key door. behind you guys. Right behind you guys.
What's in it? It's what you guys
back in.
On
Ovi.
I'll go. What's it done?
Okay, they have a snipe on Ovi right now.
We have plenty of time to make another hit.
He's just sitting. He's gonna look elbow a snipe. Looking elbow snipe.
Yeah, he 100% is bread.
He's just sitting on it. He's literally just sitting on the pillar.
He's sitting there. I'm looking at him. Roll 2 is weak. You guys are weak. I want one shot. Roll 2.
Nah, pushing this.
Two guys there, Tommy. Another one.
Last guy. Listen, play tight.
I'll tell you when it's spawn.
I have a heat wave and
Lethal first guy.
I spawn green.
Okay, we spawn green. Hang on. They're gonna be top mid. I'm looking right.
I'm looking top mid, guys. Watch out, west
Looking
side.
cuts.
Could be bottom middle, could be
I
bottom
can
middle.
put him
I got spikes. You guys on me pillars. Two guys pillars.
Nothing right.
Watch out pillars.
I got a couple left.
Pillars
Gonna be A plant as well, probably.
Yo, we just need kills, guys. We need kills.
Two guys there.
Coming, Joey.
Yeah, this was close. We need tower.
One's Keydor, I think. Keydor, yeah. Yo, top mid, Frosty weak. Swipe box, one shot Frosty.
We have a
Please go, cuts.
Cuts around.
That's one shot, roll 2.
Tire's weak.
Tire's one shot, roll 2, flanking you guys.
Tower, top tower.
One shot.
He's one shot elbow.
Communication. Sounds hectic. They're able to navigate through it. Those following passages of play we did see. It was Sentinels who are in the ascendancy now. Something I like from Sentinels. They get the kills, they secure the hill in garage, and 2 players immediately start turning their attentions to be the first point of contact further up the map. They knew the job was done. But Trippy, can he lock in 3? Swing and a miss. Whiffs that one. Finally locks it in. Killing spree. And is this the moment where the game turns?
I mean, I thought that was going to be the moment we saw a plasma pistol triple kill just with a little pea shooter. Unfortunately not, but he still does clean it up. He still gets the killing spree. And I love that listening. Optic Gaming just saying, look, leave that hill. We're not getting it. Stick together. Play together. Just very important small talk coming out from the green wall. But with 1 minute and 10 seconds on the clock, time is against Optic now. Sentinels, perhaps knowing that, are waiting, biding their time, wanting Optic to push them, wanting to just win this game 2-1.
Royal 2 now. Optic Gaming have made significant scoring on this 4th hill. Frosty tries to get away bottom middle. Trippy makes sure that is not an inevitability. Lethal, last man standing for a moment. The engagement's going to be in garage. If he peeks out window, Lucid will surely take the scalp, clean off top of his dome, finds the shin of one. That'll take him down to no shields. Frosty backs away. Heat wave, snipe rifle combination. A lot of responsibility to have on one player. With Optic Gaming tying up the game here. And with 45 seconds left, this could be the last hill to win the game.
Sentinels may have just wanted to kind of play that one slow, hope to get the kills, hope to play Slayer. Doesn't work out, so now you've got to go to plan B. Now you need to fight for this overshield, because otherwise you're going to give this game away. Optic Gaming, they're in the perfect spot. Snake Fight will try and desperately stay alive. Unable to do so, though.
Overshield, here it comes. And here comes the pain. Trippy, with all the shields in the world to play with now against Frosty in a 1v1. And he knows better than that to stand strong. Trippy's not going to move. He will not yield here. And they secure the 3rd hill. They take the lead.
44 seconds for Sentinels to set up, get in this next hill. But it is the 1st hill. It is the hill they've already won once this game. Can Optic Gaming just hold off now? Can they set up in a way that stops Sentinels, or will they push for that 4th point? It's such a difficult decision to try and make at times. Very narrow line you have to try and navigate. But APG and the rest of Optic seem to have enough control, and they see there's only 25 seconds left.
Sentinels need a blockade, a barricade. 3 dead. This is the opportunity. Lucid bottom middle at the moment, but he has picked up one. And that will help his team and the fresh spawners. It's going to be formal on sandbags. Throws one nade, spins up, and hits Lethal. He has to step out, and that's taking away valuable time here. Lethal doesn't have the help. Snakebite's not in a position here to do any real damage. And Trippy clears out the riffraff, clears out the hill, and Optic Gaming are going to secure game one.
A very happy green wall as expected. Business as usual on Livefire. It continues the incredible record that we've seen this season. But the series layout does take a very heavy dip for the green wall as we go further on. Sentinels would have known this is a freebie. This is a gimme on the side of Optic Gaming. And they gave it a good effort, shows, right? They took them right to the brink. They made them play time. Will Sentinels regret not pushing for that third point when they were 2-1 up? That's the biggest question I have.
The Green Wall have won the first game. They're trying to build, but is the foundations rocky? As the series layout takes a bit of a nosedive from here on out. Sentinels are at home in game 2. But with the way Optic Gaming navigate those final moments, they're playing lights out. Sentinels gave a good shake of it, but in the end, they came unstuck.
Some incredible snipes. This is going to be one of the big ones. Bam, wham, bam. Thank you, ma'am. Lucid, showing what he's made of as usual. And if Optic can carry on that form, right? If Optic can keep hitting those shots, can they just send Sentinels down to that elimination bracket? They're fierce enemies. They're timeless enemies. It would mean so much for Optic Gaming if they could win this series.
These two teams taking it so seriously. Optic Gaming recognizing that Sentinels match up very well against them and refused to play them during the practice warm-ups earlier in the week. They knew it would value Sentinels far more than it would them. And as we now head into Slayer on Recharge, what have you got for me, Dan?
Well, this is where it gets a bit interesting. I talk about good maps, I talk about records. Sentinels have not lost Recharge Slayer since Kansas City. They are 6-0. It is one of their best. Optic Gaming have already lost Recharge Slayer this tournament to Native Red. It's actually one of their worst Slayer game types. Out of every game type that we have, they lost Recharge Slayer to Sentinels back in Kansas City. All the things, all the pieces of this puzzle are starting to lean towards Sentinels now. But this is where you have to make it count. If this is any sort of slight advantage for Sentinels, you cannot throw this away.
All the ingredients going into the melting pot. We're giving it a stir. What's going to happen in game 2? Will Optic Gaming double their series lead? Or will Sentinels roar right back into things here? Lucid on our screens. And it'll all about hearts. Can he drive the team forward? Lethal down the no shield, soars out, gets a pick. Big from him. But early slays favoring Optic. They've got the shock rifle. And Trippy looking to prioritize taking some angles, but he might have stepped out a little bit too far here. Dips away. Spider-Man. Can anybody keep tabs on him? Whisks away and drops it off to the camo player. He lives it! Shocks one to the core. That snake's not going to be wriggling for long.
As a reminder, it was a 50-35 scoreline, in favor of Sentinels back in Kansas City. If Optic Gaming could win this game type, you have to feel like everything is screaming Optic Gaming at this event. And I mean screaming, and I mean the green wall probably screaming in the crowd as well, like they have been doing already so much throughout this tournament. Sentinels already find themselves 3 kills down though, and already this game has slowed down to a halt.
Neither team wanting to make a mistake. It's nervy, it's tense. So much on the line here. Nobody wants to drop down to that elimination bracket now. Lethal will put Lucid away. Forma will follow him. 2 dead. Lethal with shock rifle. Trippy. Lethal doesn't see him. Lethal's gonna pay the price. He needs help. It's coming. Bait and switch. Woo! The spare the blushes. Lucid will get the pick, and he will get the shock rifle back. He's waiting for a Sentinels player to drop out of the clouds with that repulsor in the back pocket. but it's not going to come. Snakebite underpass instead. Plasma pistol charged up, opts not to fire it. APG chases him down with the camouflage. This game is on a knife edge, separated by just 1 kill.
And Slayers are so interesting in this series as well because Sentinels have the best Slayer record out of any team in the HCS this season. Whereas Optic Gaming, they've seen the most losses through Slayers. And yeah, okay, sometimes it is against a team where you expect them to come, like Native Red when they beat them earlier. But Royal 2 now with the shock rifle. Waiting, aiming, hoping someone will walk round. Optic Formal's there. But he has a little peek at him and he says, you know what? I don't fancy it today.
Royal 2 has shock rifle. Sentinels have the lead. What about the communication? What's that like? Let's have an Astro listen in and find out.
He's weak.
Yo,
Listen to me.
hold the
Yo,
fucking
listen to
hall.
me. You guys see me? I'm already long haul.
Yeah.
Okay.
PJ, I'm here, blue.
I'm sitting bottom A. I'm gonna spot your pipe door. 2 there.
He's got combo in there.
2 spotting it.
No edge.
Brad, you want me to walk up with you?
Yeah.
2 pipe door. I think they're gonna try to hit A, guys.
Yeah, careful. You guys can literally fucking run away. Brad and I
No,
are...
gold steps, gold steps.
How weak gold steps? Weak?
No. And triangle on me.
I'm walking, Brad. I'm trying to help you. I'm walking up gold steps.
Turbine. Okay, watch that. Good. Nice.
Dude,
Yeah, 2 switching in. Bottom A. Got it.
chasing you.
One in triangle. One in triangle. Nice shot. Live.
20 guys, camo 20.
I need us playing for this camo. 2 in it. 2 in
Balance,
it.
balance. Weak bad ledge, weak bad
Weak
ledge.
knowledge guy, BR weak as well.
Camo 10 guys.
I'm 1-shot triple.
Where's the guy?
I don't know.
Top BR. Camo 10 guys, camo 10. I don't see BR.
That gold.
Top BR, still top BR. Alright. Sorry, top A. Top A, camo, top A, top A.
Okay.
Pushing me BR.
Top gold spotting me.
You are pushing C5. Pushing C5. Pushing C5. Nice. Camo's up. Turban weak.
Camera, he just got
grappled it. He's top BR. Top BR. They're mid-bridge as well. Mid-bridge half.
Camera drop. I can't see
One hit
it.
mid-bridge. He's Neil.
Red bar, bottom A,
Right, top gold as well.
I can walk up bottom
They're
A.
all just standing still holding map right now.
Yeah, bottom A, make it.
Just live if you can.
Top gold shot. I hit him once. He's looking at me.
Get back. You're good. Watching over here. PJ, right. 2A.
Camera got somewhere on me. That's Camera's one hit Matt kills.
Single box.
That's Camera dead. That's Camera shot dead.
Brad is up top.
I'm back in the fuck hold on.
You're long, Brad. You're long.
One hit.
Shocks down. Shot and
Yo, back blue. Two on me blue. One shot. Triple.
I'm here to fight mid
Yeah,
if you
one
want
fell
to.
triple.
Glass weak mid, you can get up.
I'm ready to
Should be dead.
weak back blue. Shot me down there. They both one hit back blue. Both on the box. Wall side. And they're going driveway as well. Both up driveway now. Both driveway.
Run beer.
Yeah, one shot, Megler.
Hold the dust down, guys.
Okay, there was one guy gold. One guy's holding gold. He's still top gold. He crossed towards pipes.
I'm holding gold steps.
They have a shock.
Yes, I
Okay.
think they do. Pretty sure they do.
Yo, I'm in pipe.
He's gold steps hiding then.
Yeah, mid-ridge, bump here.
He has to be hiding somewhere gold.
I'm here, bro.
I'm looking gold stairs.
I'm
sitting pipe door. Yeah, he is.
I'm ready to go.
I'm watching front.
And glass.
One backed up glass, bro.
One hit up here.
I can watch your push.
I'm trying to help you.
Get my push. I can't watch
He's
your
going
glass.
glass. Yeah, going glass now.
Okay.
You can make it
Is he gold?
No.
I'm down to chalk.
Communications relaxed. They're navigating this pretty well. Down by 3 though. Hoping to change that here. Royal 2 with a shock rifle. We've seen this movie before. And we've seen it against Optic Gaming before. In Kansas City. Only a few months ago. APG dispatched by Frosty. But it's going to be a trade. Formal gets 1. Royal 2 immediately tries to close the distance to a no-shielded Formal who's trying to get away. Shot in the backside though, but that's allowed Trippy to pick up the camouflage right from under Sentinels' noses.
You could hear it in the listening as well. Sentinels just trying to prioritize finishing players off, getting those final bullets into those who are no shields. Because it's so important you don't allow them to get away, that you do trade them out. As Trippy's so confident in his BR at the moment. He looks like a man who is genuinely set out and truly believes he's going to be a world champion. Give him the triple!
Trippy. There's no mistaking it, one of the best in the game. Plasma grenade sent to the blue. Will not find a home. Trippy surveying the land, downloading information, scanning. Royal 2, lined up by Lucid. Lethal sent back to whence he came and taken care of. And we're seeing a little something spicy as well.
Oh dear, we are in trouble. We are in for a series now, aren't we? 36-30. Sentinels pinned back at the moment and can't really walk around the corner because they're worried about that shock. And they're worried about whose hands it's in. Lucid waiting in the wings, hoping to just finally sizzle some heads, and Lethal already takes one in the body. Lucid's definitely going to clear it up, will clear it up. 37-32.
Formal picks up the repulsor. Lucid still has that shock rifle. Snake bite. Lucid finds the face of Royal 2 and adds an extra kill to the tally. Trippy again gets the camouflage completely uncontested. Trippy passed it to Lucid, and now Lucid has passed it back. This long-term duo spell damage and destruction. Royal 2 shocked up. Trippy's not going to chase it, using his experience now, knowing they're in the driving seat. No mistakes from here on out.
But even with all those kills, even with those incredible moments, suddenly look at the score, 39-38. Snakebite does get caught from behind, but Royal 2 and Lethal are there to make sure they clean up the pieces. And this is a far closer game than it was in Kansas City. Optic have very much improved since then, but Sentinels are still in it. Sentinels have still never lost this game type in the last few LAN events, and honestly, you can't really count them out with how impressive they've been in Slayers. But at 41-40, Optic Gaming know they just need to play this one calmly.
Royal 2 with shock rifle. Can he be the man to make the difference? As he so often is. APG top tower. Will he step out? Will he overstep the mark here? He's checking traffic. He's contemplating it. Making sure he clears gold. That's his only job right now. They're baiting Royal 2 out. The information came.
And this is why Optic are so good. They force other teams to make the move. They see the clock. They see they have the lead, and they say, well, you've got a shock rifle. You've got to come to us. There's a camouflage in 20 seconds. Move. Do something.
Oh.
Royal 2 does not connect with the first. Watches the angle just in case. But we know that Formal's experienced. He's not peeking that again.
Trippy gets one. That's the opening. Royal 2 is forced to step out. We're trying to get the trade! Trippy! Incredible! And right when you needed him to step up most, to put real distance between these two, and we're seeing a pattern emerge. Camouflage player gets the shock rifle, come what may. Frosty grapples the one, but Formal cuts that tie.
Camouflage and shock rifle, something that Formal knows all too well. But now, the tables can turn, 46-44. He can be the one to hit the headshot. It's a double. He looked for the third, could not find it. Snakebite replies, and suddenly Optic are one away.
One kill then for the green wall. 4 for Sentinels. And Optic Gaming will start to set the traps. Fully aware time is a massive factor here now, with 1:09 on the clock. What way is it gonna shake out? Will Formal land that decisive blow? Royal 2 stepping out, stepping up, creeping. Lethal. Either one of them are in danger here. Lethal gets bodied, but not deadly to the cause just yet. Pings in the feed. Information being passed.
38 seconds, Sentinels have to make a play here. Has to happen now.
Here it comes. Here comes the pain. Lucid gets the final kill. They bathed them in. And Sentinels accepted the invitation. And they got battered on the way in.
Well, there goes that perfect record. There goes their best Slayer. Does there go their chances now of winning this series? Optic Gaming find themselves 2-0 up. They're in cruise control. Incredible efforts all around. Some of the individual skill we're seeing, but we've got to talk about Trippy. unbelievable. The amount of kills he's been getting, not just this series, but this tournament. Usually we're talking about Formal, we're talking about Lucid. But Trippy has been leading the charge time and time again. And that triple kill he got on Bridge, though we didn't see it from his POV, it still looked good.
We didn't need to see it from his POV. Petition to rename triple kill to Trippy kill. After what we've seen on our screens, you'd run out of superlatives to describe the man. But that performance in that Slayer was absolutely breathtaking.
When Lucid won the MVP, and he was on the desk, and he was quite taken aback, I think, with how all the other players voted for him to be that MVP. But I genuinely believe that everyone on this Optic roster knows how close they are to tasting a world championship. And if they can get past Sentinels, I do feel like that's their biggest kind of blockade that's in the way. When they look back to Kansas City, they look back to what happened. It was Sentinels that ruined everything for them. They didn't have to face them in Orlando. They were never able to right those wrongs, but now in this series, they have the chance to really gain that revenge.
And it was on this very map, and on this very game mode. It was Slayer Recharge in Kansas City, the ghosts, the PTSD that must be running through Formal's mind whenever he loads up that map, and he sees Royal 2. But he's conquered it. And now they're pressing on, they're pushing on, and it's Oddball Streets, which was also at Kansas City. And that went the way of Sentinels. Is this to be a similar story? Will Optic Gaming close us out in 3?
It's the only time we've seen Optic lose this game type was to Sentinels. It has to be now for Sentinels if they're going to get back into this series. They did so well in that game back in KC. But have they now lost all momentum after that loss in Recharge Slayer?
Bulldog, Trippy, picking up where he left off, it would seem. Frosty with the way he's playing. He somehow came out on top. And is that exactly what Sentinels need at exactly the right time to win that 1v1, just for the confidence alone? But it's rockets over the shoulder of Lucid. He's got the boombox over the shoulder, looking to play a tune. He's dropping the base. Gets one. That's all he needs for now. Ball carrier gets dispatched. Royal 2 and Snakebite watch their teammates. Tires is where the rocket was fired, but Frosty turns the tide in that fight. 2 dead. Optic Gaming's hold was worth 20 seconds. Bulldog in the hands of Lucid, or excuse me, Frosty, as he takes down APG.
And it could have been far more ball time if it weren't for Frosty. It was a spike made across the map that just allowed them to create that push, to break that setup. But now Sentinels have the setup, or they did, until Snakebite just got down to a grenade. Frosty will be the first point of contact on Pink, but it doesn't matter what's happened on Pink, because elsewhere, Optic have found an opening on the other side of the map.
Been shut down for now, though.
Oh.
APG goes down. Frosty and Snakebite combined. But they've whisked away the ball like a thief in the night, throwing it down the bottom of streets. Trippy and Optic APG sitting top stairs over by that ATM. He spoke about how Frosty's cash money. Is he going to withdraw it from the machine here? Will he be taking it out of the pockets of APG? One goes down, but Formal evens the odds. 2 dead for Optic for now. Rockets, 1 connect, 1 goes down though. Trippy's going looking for them, he's going hunting. And he's found them down by garbage. Sitting in one of the black bags. Lethal with the backstab though. Rockets not worth the value that they would have liked. 2 dead for Optic. And Sentinels now can start to take control.
Sentinels just need that one moment where they can truly set up, but unfortunately they keep losing that first player before they're able to do so. And that means Optic Gaming are constantly pushing that advantage, constantly getting aggressive, but Frosty, he answers back every single time.
3 seconds. That's all that separates us now. 3 minutes on the clock. APG backs away. Frosty immediately turns his attentions. The bottom steps and peels one off of Lucid. Trippy goes down as well. 3 lovely shots from the Snowman. Royal 2's grenade lands at the perfect place. APG hunkered down, praying for help. It's not going to come. Sentinels now in the ascendancy, but can they make them pay? Can they put significant scoring on the board?
Well, we talk about big name players, right? We talk about players stepping up when they need to. Frosty doing just that at the moment, 11 kills. The way he's patrolling the map, there's so much confidence. At one point, he had Stalker Rifle, Bulldog, and then he's done the Rockets. He's had a little bit of everything. Oh. Unfortunately, no. It all comes down to nothing. Couldn't connect with those final shots. And now Optic can try and push this advantage once more. That's what they're so good at doing, Jersey, is when Optic do have that player, that extra player they can use, they just throw it at Sentinels.
Sentinels got back-to-back 3 dead onto Optic Gaming. Didn't really put enough points on the board. Threatening to do that now. They're right those wrongs right here. Rockets are up. Trippy is going hunting. APG falls. Trippy slides out looking for free rockets, and he pays the price. It's a hefty fee, a hefty tax. And that's his life. Lucid top tower. Frosty pings it, goes heaven. Trippy's there though in the cafe, taking orders. And he dishes out pain. Formal scoops up the rockets. Fires one towards Snakebite. The second one's not going to do the damage, but it doesn't matter, because the fist, bare knuckle boxing from Formal.
Sentinels have done very well at kind of keeping that ball away from Optic Gaming though. Even when they're not scoring time, they're constantly rotating it, constantly moving it. That's thanks to players like Snakebite, like Lethal, who have such great map awareness. Unfortunately, it all comes down to the fact that Optic Gaming, when they are setting up, they are getting more time. They're now creeping up to the 50s. And Sentinels need to shut this down quickly before it gets out of control.
Both these teams going hard in the paint right now. Frosty opens us up here. Gets 2 kills. Take his impressive tally to 13. Leading the lobby in frags. Sentinels now starting to close the gap and taking the lead. If only for a moment. As Formal gets one, but Frosty with the stock rifle punching a hole. Trippy falls. The map is split. Royal 2 needed that kill. He secured it for his team. And a backstab potentially for Formal, but the information from Trippy comes. And Formal's not having that. But it's a trade. APG, front C, Frosty's grenade will finish him off. 3 dead for Optic Gaming. Sentinels hold a 6 seconds lead with 1:20 on the clock.
And look how hard Sentinels are making Optic work for that ball. Again, Frosty doing exactly that. Moving it as far away, now picking it up. Suddenly, focus is going to be on these rockets. Optic setting up around them. It's a 3 versus 3. But all the meanwhile, Frosty is saying, well, you know what? None of you are going to push me. I'll take some ball time, thank you very much. Here comes Trippy, he goes down, and again, it's incredible bait. It's incredible awareness from Sentinels.
A rocket sent his way. Another rocket sent his way, and he ate that one. Shotgun came his way. They finally cleared out Frosty. Is that the opportunity now to grab a hold of this game, grab a hold of this round? Lucid locks in 3 perfect shots to eliminate Lethal. Numbers advantage once more for Optic Gaming as this round 1 swings back their way. Lucid connects the dots. Sentinel sent one towards garbage. Lethal is front tower. Down to front C. Straight down the throat, straight in the breadbasket. Does go the Bulldog. And Sentinels are throwing everything at this. Royal 2 gets the ball. 4 dead for Optic. Setup broken wide open. And they're closing in on Optic Gaming's score. They take the lead. These next slays are pivotal. The first one's gone against them, as has the second. The drop wall goes down, but it's not enough. There's a moment. There's a moment for Optic now. Frosty firing those stalker rifle shots. APG picks up the ball and he gets his ass moving.
Just needs to go. APG, get the ball out of there. You surely have enough time.
Bye, Felicia, shouts APG. Scoops up the ball, brings it to PD. And Sentinels, nowhere to be seen. Optic Gaming claim round 1.
Facing elimination.
Facing elimination, quite an apt saying to suddenly appear, because Sentinels are facing the elimination bracket if they do not win this round. And it is an elimination bracket that features some heavy hitters. E-United, Cloud9, Fnatic, Oxygen, all still down there, wanting to pick apart the pieces of what falls from the winner's bracket.
Speaking of fallen, 3 dead for Sentinels. Rockets though, for Formal. You can almost see a sigh from Snakebite as that rocket connected with him. He knows this game and this series is getting away from them. They need a big moment. They need more than one big moment. Because this Optic team, this Optic machine, they're rolling. And they're chewing up and spitting out Sentinels right now.
They just seem to have got better and better each tournament. I think the only thing that was holding them back for so long was not getting that tournament victory, not winning that major. There was always that doubt. Those game 5s weren't going their way. But now they avoid the game 5s because they 3-0, they 3-1. It's so rare now we're seeing Optic Gaming even go that far. Sentinels, have they got anything left in the tank? Snakebite, again, doing the objective work, getting the ball, getting it away from Optic Gaming. Sentinels need one of the best setups they've ever done on Street Ball. Otherwise, Optic Gaming will take the series.
Sentinels trying to hold out. Optic Gaming trying to push. Let's have an Astro listen in with Optic Gaming and see what they're saying.
They're rotating ball to up. Hey, Rockets to 20, guys. Rockets.
He's moving to driveway, moving to driveway. Ball's weak.
They might fly at him. All was weak. There's 2 guys on driveway. We gotta pick here. We're gonna try to get this ball just up.
Left, right now. Red weak.
They're going committed with ball. They're going committed with ball.
They're super split.
Rockets, guys. Rockets.
Yep. I'm trying to play for them. Shoot this guy.
We gotta kill this guy.
Go back.
He's got rockets. Nice job.
Nice job. Eyeball.
We have a good setup here. Do not die. Brand your push up.
Quiet.
I got your back, Tommy.
We have rockets.
Huts, one sitting
They can only
market.
go commando. That's it.
Cuts on me. In mid. Cuts in mid. Nice.
Let's go. Maybe
Wait,
purple.
looking around.
I think one's tires.
Nothing
Pushing
commando.
driveway.
Plus is up.
We don't see anything.
Yeah, they're not market. They're
We
not
get a lot of
market.
time here. We get a lot of time here. We get a
Yeah,
lot
I'm
of
clearing
time.
market here. I'm clearing market fully.
Nice. We got another pick here, guys.
Yeah, market's completely clear. Market is completely clear.
No, cuts.
I'm red, cuts.
Cuts, I'm open. One shot, cuts, I'm back on
Killers.
Tommy might die. They're pushing red.
Still good.
You can look at me, Matt.
No, I can't.
No, cuts to the trash, guys.
I'll make front guys.
In mid map, front up, 2 of them.
Crash right now.
Tommy's coming back right now.
Balls down driveway. Balls on driveway. Kill now.
We're looking back. Hand back up. Tommy. Nice. Tommy, 2 down.
Holy shit. Cut this guy. Roll 2 track.
Make sure we get balls.
One track. Give ball.
I'm watching driveway.
Do what's higher.
Just play tight.
They're
Listen,
gonna
wait
have
for
to start desperate, guys.
They're coming desperate. TM's Frosty.
I saw him behind him, guys.
TM weak Frosty.
Get together.
And the regular season MVP, Lucid, demonstrating just why he was voted a massive double kill. As Optic Gaming now only 39 points away. You heard in the listeners' church, they were saying, hey, quiet 1 second, I need to hear footsteps. It's very rare that Optic Gaming are quiet, so you know it's important when they need those extra audio cues.
All they were short of doing was pushing their fingers to the lips. You can hear it, shush. And you can see why. They've taken control. You remember the fallout? Snakebite tried to duck his head under those headshots. He was successful for the first 2, but Lucid finally locked it in. Finally started taking that face. Oil 2, lovely nade. Banked off the stairs, spins up straight to the visor of Lucid. Takes him down to no shields, and his shield will not come back quick enough for that engagement with Lethal. Lethal's in trouble though. Gets a trade, big trade, 3 dead. But it was 4 dead for Sentinels. Formal's got ball, Former's got Stalker Rifle, and they only require 24 more seconds with the rockets popped up.
Sensible play though. Drop the ball, focus on the rockets temporarily. Get a little bit of extra time now as you've got information from your team. But Snakebite, he's managed to sneak away with them. Now Formal, the last remaining player, just tries to toss that ball into an area where he can at least defend it. And now for Sentinels, it's about getting rid of Formal. Can they get him out of the back of the base? He's done so much damage, arguably too much damage from where he was.
They finally clear him out. Almost needed to call the exterminators. He was stinking up the place back there. They were getting sick of him. Here is Frosty. And he has the stock rifle. And Formal gave him. Bulldog comes in. Entry damage is big. Here comes Lucid then. Up towards Commando. Takes out Lethal, who was trying to scamper and cower away just to prioritize staying alive. But Lucid ensures that will not be a thing. Formal getting tagged up from PD, trying to eliminate Snakebite. But Snakebite shuts him down. And now an opportunity for Sentinels to, well, it needs to be a perfect hold.
Yeah, this is it. This is the, this is really the last push from Sentinels. You can sense it. You can see it in their gameplay, how much they want to get back into not just this game, but this series. Throwing everything at Optic Gaming now, but unfortunately, there has been an answer around every corner. 2 are dead for Sentinels, make it 3. Optic, it's another successful push, and it's another setup. And now they're only, 12 points away from the winners' finals.
9 seconds remain. 5 seconds remain. 2 seconds. Optic Gaming secure the clean sweep. Undeniable. Final. Dominating performance.
I mean, the series layout was screaming. It favored Sentinels. It had all of their best maps. Maps they've never lost before. But Optic Gaming once again proved why they are the favorites for this tournament. And I'm not sure that's true, but I tell you what, Lucid certainly is an incredible player. He deserves, of course, that regular season MVP he was awarded earlier this tournament. How far can Optic go now? Have they just beaten that final demon that they needed to get a world championship? On the other side, for Sentinels, well, they dropped down to elimination bracket, where they will face either E-United or Cloud9.
So good news then, I guess you could say, for Sentinels, as they can ultimately play against Cloud9, who dumped them out of Orlando. Confirmation then of how it went. 3-2 King of the Hill, 50-46 Slayer Recharge, and Oddball Streets 2-0. As perfect a display as you're ever likely to see against a champion team in Sentinels.